Hey everybody, welcome to Barbecue by Biggs. I'm Aaron, and today we're working on some prime rib. During the holidays, we were able to pick up some prime rib for only $3.97 a pound. It may not be a prime cut, but it definitely is going to turn into a great piece of meat. We're going to fix this prime rib a little bit different than we normally do today. We're going to cover it with butter, with garlic, and with a lot of seasonings, and get it in the smoke. When that butter melts, that butter is going to turn brown, and it's going to make that meat delicious. So stick around and we'll get that prime rib all seasoned up and on the smoker. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Let's make the butter coating for these prime ribs. So you're going to take 3 sticks of butter, and then you're going to take 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of rosemary leaves, 1 tablespoon of granulated onion, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, coarse ground, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. So once all your ingredients are added to your blender, just put the blender into the cradle and pulse it until it's blended very well. You may have to take a spoon and push it down on the sides to get some of the stuff that has popped up back down in there. Go ahead and do that, and then just hit pulse a couple more times. When you're done, pour it from the blender into a bowl, and then you're ready to get it on the prime rib. So we're going to take this compounded butter mixture and we're going to smear it on top of these prime ribs. We're going to put a pretty good coating on there so the whole prime rib is coated in this butter mixture. So grab you a pair of gloves, dip your hand right in, and just start smearing. You're going to have a great coat on each one of these, and then we're just going to put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and then this butter mixture is actually going to harden. It's going to create a shell on top of these, and as we get it into the 225 to 250 degree heat, that butter is going to melt and it is going to be delicious. So we got the prime rib out of the refrigerator. We left it in there for about 2 hours, just long enough for that butter that we put over the top of them to harden up and make like a crust. So when we put the prime rib onto the smoker, we're going to put some pans underneath. As that butter melts, it's going to hit those pans, heat up, turn brown, and add flavor back into those prime ribs and keep them moist at the same time. So we'll get these prime ribs put on and put them to bed at 225 to 250 degrees. All right, let's get these prime rib roasts on there. All right, so we've had these prime ribs on for about 2 hours. Internal temp's about 120 degrees. We're ready to pull them off and set them to the side. Get our Pit Boss Austin XL up to 400 degrees. We're gonna sear them over some open flame, bring them to that 130, 135 internal temperature, be medium rare. So we'll get them off of here and get that Pit Boss fired up. All right, so let's get them off here. Oh yeah, they're looking great. Like I said before, they're at 120 degrees. So as you can see, that butter has come through. That seasoning's come out of that butter. So we'll get them off here and get them on the Pit Boss. All right, we're gonna bring this temperature up to 400 degrees. Then we're gonna open it up and get the slider open. So we'll let it get good and hot and bring you guys back. All right, the Pit Boss is up to temp. We're gonna get them on the fire. These aren't the prettiest pieces of meat that we've ever cooked, but you know, for $3.97 a pound prime rib, you're not gonna be able to beat it. So we'll get them on here, get them seared off, get a good crust on them, and then we'll cut it into them and show you guys what it looks like. Good. You want to make sure you have a thermometer or your pen thermometer handy.
You don't want to take it over about 130 degrees. At 130 degrees, it's going to creep up as it sits to 135, which will give you about medium rare. It's kind of the best temperature to have prime rib at. Get each side seared up nice. Then we'll check the temperature on it. So we'll get them seared off and we'll bring you guys back when it's ready to cut and taste. The last couple of cooks we've ran out of light. So yesterday we decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna put up some lighting that'll be good for filming and be able to see a little bit better out here when we're cooking. So we put up these 8-foot strip lights. I'll leave a link in the description below if you have any need for some lights. They're great to film under. They're great to be able to see what you're doing. And you know what? They were pretty easy to install as well. So no more lighting issues. We'll bring you back for the taste test. All right, we're gonna cut into this, see how we did. Cut right through the middle of this. Go through those bones. Did not remove the bones on this one. They like them, so we kept them. Oh yeah. Bring y'all in for a closer look here. Really juicy, really tender. Right out medium rare. Turned out good. Let's take a bite. Get a bite of this outside. You can taste that butter and those spices and that seasoning. For a cheap piece of meat, turned out pretty prime. Catch y'all next time.